Hello. My name is Jordan Chansey, and I live in Cumming, Georgia. I'm a senior at South Forsyth High School. I'm 17, and I lost my dad suddenly in November of 2019. So about 2 months ago, 10 weeks ago, right now, and basically I wanted to come on here and kind of start documenting what my mom and I, because it's just us, are experiencing, going through, feeling during this process of grief, because I just don't feel like enough teenagers talk about this kind of thing when they go through a traumatic grief or just a loss like this. To rewind, a couple of weeks ago, my mom found somebody on YouTube, a woman from, I believe, Texas, who was kind of doing the exact same thing that I want to start doing here. She lost her husband last year suddenly to a heart attack. He was 41, and she has kids. One of them was my age. I'm about to go to college. And she basically, a few months after he passed away, just started kind of making videos telling how she was feeling, what she was experiencing. And watching my mom get to have those videos has meant so much, not just to her. I mean, to have somebody who she feels like really has been there, and who was documenting it while she was in the process, not a year later, not 2 years later after she'd gotten everything together. Like, she was videoing when she was in the middle of, a really, really hard season, and getting to know that my mom has had something like that has meant the world to us. I mean, just that she feels like she's not so alone. And the past couple of weeks, I've been thinking about it a lot, and to be honest, I've been a Christian all of my life. I grew up a Christian, and so I am struggling. I mean, really struggling with my relationship with the Lord, feeling like angry and so mad, and I mean, just like a rage that I never knew I had. I'm furious, and I've been confused, and I have not been in close communion with him. And still, the past few weeks, I've felt him telling me that we as teenagers who have experienced something like this need an outlet like my mom has now. And I know how much it would mean to me if somebody my age was putting it out there and telling their story and telling how they're getting through it in the midst of their problems, like this woman is. And since I have not been able to find that, I decided that I would start doing it myself. So just bear with me. I don't really know where I'm going with all of this, but it's something that I felt like God was calling me to. It's just been on my heart. So I think I'm going to start documenting where I'm at. So to rewind a little bit and to give a little bit of insight, I won't go into too much detail, but November 22nd, I came home from shopping with my mom, walked upstairs, thought I was going to find my healthy dad, walked upstairs into the office that he worked in, and he was already gone. So I won't go into too much detail, but as you can imagine, that's not only a grief and a loss, but also trauma. So I don't know. The past 2 months have kind of been the worst. Anything worse than I could have ever imagined. And I never thought that my life would be here at 17. I thought that my dad was definitely going to see my 18th birthday. And so my world kind of got turned upside down that day. And for the past 2 months, my mom and I have just been trying to pick up the pieces of a life that we don't really recognize. And it's been lonely. I mean, I have incredible friends, wonderful, wonderful friends who have been there every minute. But there is something really, really, really disheartening about knowing that there is a small percent of people who could probably understand something this large and traumatic as something that I've experienced. And I don't know if these videos will help anybody who's been there. I hope that it finds you if you've been there, because I just want to create a place where people who have experienced something similar to what I've experienced just don't feel so alone. Because I know girls have written me letters from school who I had no idea had experienced loss like this, and they have. And I just don't think that we should suffer alone. I don't think that people should have to mourn alone. I think that, that you should just know that you're not alone, that I'm in it with you, and that I'm just gonna start kind of telling the story as we go along, even if it's unedited and ugly and messy. I just want to tell it, not to bring attention to me. That is not the point. That's kind of what I've been avoiding the past 2 months. I hated the fact that people knew all of this about my life, but to point to the fact that, like, we have a choice here. And yeah, it's hard and it's awful and it's not the life that we wanted, but like, we have a choice to choose life, and that's what I'm gonna choose. That's what my mom is trying to choose. We're trying to choose a purpose-driven life and to walk in that purpose, because I do believe that God has a purpose for my life. I don't know what it is. I don't understand this. I don't understand why this is happening to me, or why it's happened to you, or why it's happened to somebody that you loved. I don't know, and I can't find those answers. I don't know that I'll ever know those answers while I walk on this earth. But I do know that my dad, and being who he was, would have wanted me to start picking up the pieces and to walk in a life purpose that I believe in and that brings me joy, and to laugh again and to love again and to trust Jesus again with my life, even though that is so even like just hard to even talk about or to think about doing, is trusting him. But that's what my dad would have wanted. And I don't know, I don't really know what to say. This is weird for me. I'm not somebody who would normally just put this kind of stuff online, but I've just felt like it's what I've needed to do. So I don't know how often I'll be posting. I don't know what exactly I'll be doing, but I just kind of want to share this journey with you. And if you personally see this and haven't experienced this, but you know someone who's going through just an immense hurt, please send this to them. Again, I'm not trying to bring like attention to this problem that I have. I'm not trying to say like, look at me, you know, my life is so hard. That's not the point. The point is just that I've seen what this has done for my mom, to have someone who's being honest about how hard this is, but also who's saying, I'm choosing life and you can too. I want to be able to do that for somebody else, and I want them to not feel so alone. So yeah, I hope this finds you if you are struggling with that, or if you can send this to somebody that is. Yeah, I just want to walk in it with anybody who's experiencing it too. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon.